Congratulations on your favorite burrito being back. You did it. Bonjour. Where am I on vacation? I'm not on vacation anymore, but I did go for the past 2 weeks to Nova Scotia. In case y'all were wondering and missed the things in my Discord and when I tweeted about it, I didn't update my stream title. I'm an idiot. I need to update my stream title because I put it like that before. Hang on, let me update that. Nova Scotia vacation slides. Oops. Also, my Go Live notification said, how are you reading this, but... Yeah, they say bonjour in Nova Scotia. Probably with Acadian French, which, as I understand, is kind of fucked up. I got a very brief crash course in Acadian French from somebody I met there. And needless to say, I don't think I can ever learn Acadian French. French, a Lola form. I haven't had Taco Bell in forever. I think I saw a Taco Bell there, but we didn't really want to eat at a ton of chain places. Because as it turns out, Nova Scotia has a lot of good food. The vacation was great. I loved it. Halifax is a really cool place. Got to eat lots of good food, got to do a bunch of cool things. Overall, highly recommended. I say Maritimes even though I just went to Nova Scotia. I never went to, like, PEI or New Brunswick. But at the very least, it is my first time going somewhere else in Canada that isn't Ontario. Because I've been on vacations before. I've been to a bunch of different countries. I've just never been outside of Ontario in Canada. Like, never even been to Quebec or anything like that. I'm keeping the game as Vacation Simulator, though. That's good. That is accurate. Anyways, let's get started. The thing is, Ontario, it's huge, but it's kind of like there's not really a ton going on there. Like, a lot of the must-do things in Ontario are kind of centralized around, like, Toronto and Ottawa. But, like, there really isn't a whole lot going on in Ontario. And being younger, my parents did not really want to go to Canada. Like, they didn't want to go within Canada for vacations. We would go outside the country. Yeah, let's get started with the slides. So I'm gonna warn you all. The first slide may scare you a little bit. That's right, I'm Morbin. I'm Morbin. The in-flight entertainment had Morbius. You could watch it if you wanted to. I did not watch Morbius. I apologize for the Morbius jump scare, but I did not watch Morbius. I watched Sonic 2 instead. I opted instead to check out the sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, featuring Idris Elba as Knuckles. The problem is the flight wasn't long enough. It was only like a 2-hour flight from Ontario to Nova Scotia. And since the in-flight, like the entertainment stuff stops whenever they do announcements and stuff and the safety check, so I didn't actually have enough time to watch like the entire thing. I'm assuming that you know, Sonic and Knuckles become friends at the end. That sounds like something that Sonic and Knuckles would do, if past experiences are to be believed. St. Pierre Island, just say visited France. Oh, don't let your memes be dreams. But yeah, Morbius was an option. I did not morb. I'm sorry. Also, the flight was at... I think it left at like 7 a.m., so I had to be at the airport by like 5 a.m. or like 4:30. Had to get up pretty damn early. Unfortunately, a lot of the flights to Nova Scotia are just either super early or super late. I sadly did not get your Supernova Scotch. We didn't actually go to any alcohol places. We didn't stop by.
Please tell me you remembered my souvenir bottle of Supernova.
I'm sorry. It's we didn't really do like a ton of drinking or anything like that. I generally don't drink a ton on vacations because I like being functional in the morning and not sleeping in like 2 extra hours. Thank you. Yeah, I've technically been to Vancouver, although that was just a stopover from when I went to Australia a few years back to visit my brother. So I don't think Vancouver Airport really counts as visiting anywhere else in Canada. I'm not counting that. Executive decision. Alright, we're getting to non-vertical photos now. So this, first picture I took when I got to Nova Scotia, this is Moon Mist ice cream. This is heaven in a cone. Moon Mist ice cream is a mix of grape, banana, and I believe the blue is like bubblegum flavor. And it sounds almost kind of random, but it works so nicely. It works so nicely. And this is apparently like a very regional thing. They don't really sell this outside of like Nova Scotia, the Maritimes in general. So I maybe got a few more of these guys while I was there. The nice thing is that the place I was staying, I was visiting a friend. They have a little convenience store right underneath where they live. And the prices are actually quite good. They're a lot cheaper than if you were to go to like a, you know, an ice cream place and, you know, you get waffle cones and everything. So we treated ourselves a few more times, let's say. No, this is no Fago here. This is Maritimes Gaming. But yeah, this is highly recommended if you ever find yourself in Nova Scotia or the Maritimes region in general. Get some fucking Moon Mist. You won't regret it. It's delicious. So the first day I didn't really take a ton of pictures because that was mostly just like me flying in and getting settled in, doing all kinds of basically administrative stuff, unpacking, etc., etc. The second day was, I believe, a Friday, so we went to Halifax. You know, gonna go to Nova Scotia and really not see Halifax. We went there a bunch of times, actually. You take a ferry to get there, at least from where we were. So it was pretty cool because it like works with the transit system. So like any bus transfers you get, they also work with the ferry. But yeah, you get a lot of nice views. It was kind of a cloudy day. Weather in general wasn't bad. It was very humid. You know, being a harbor area in general, very, very humid in general. So just keep that in mind if you end up going to Nova Scotia. Very humid. But that day it was pretty cloudy, so not a ton of sunshine, but still had a really nice day. So yeah, I took a couple pictures from the ferry. These were, oh God, what were these for again? I don't remember what this was for. I think this was like for... I totally forgot what this was for. There was a plaque nearby, and I should have taken a picture of that. But I did not, because I'm a dummy. I want to say this might have been either for... don't know if this was for controlling waves or stuff. I can't remember. I cannot remember for the life of me. Here's another view from the ferry. This one is the Vincent Coleman, which if you've ever seen a Canadian Heritage Minute, that is the dude who basically warned people about the Halifax explosion. Guy who was jamming on the telegraph going, "Acknowledge, acknowledge!" They're all named after Haligonians, I believe. Which I believe is the term for people from Halifax, but yeah. I want to say there were like 4 or 5 ferries total. Maybe more. Who knows? It was a pretty... Like, eventually I'll have better pictures of less cloudy days, but I just took a lot of pictures of the ferry because, you know, my first time there. I'm gonna do the touristy thing, take a lot of pictures. So these are the Halifax Harbor Steps. There is nothing stopping you from just walking into the harbor if you want to. There is no safety rail, there's no rope stopping you from going down here. You can just walk into the harbor if you want to. Nobody will stop you. Nobody can stop you. A lot of people would come down here for like photos or just, you know, dip their feet or hands in the water. Even though you really probably should not be swimming in the harbor, considering, you know, all the boats and stuff. Not the best water to be swimming in. But yeah, there's the Halifax Harbor Steps. I want to say these were actually fairly recent. I'm not entirely sure when these went up. This is apparently a war memorial. For a lot of people who got on ships, these were the last times they were ever be like at their homeland from Halifax, so this is where a lot of people boarded the ships to go fight in the war and didn't never really come back. We'll get back to Donald Duck smoking a blunt and crushing U-boats later. But I had to at least take a picture from the ground. This is like a naval museum basically. And you pay to get on, and then you actually get to see the boat proper. But for now, I think it was... Was this open? I think it was open at the time, but we didn't have any change. Because it's just like it's kind of like a, you know, you donate however much money, and then they just let you on the boat and look around. This is George's Island, which we will also see later. I apologize, my phone doesn't take the best quality photos. It is a Galaxy S... I want to say an S6 from like 2016, so pretty old by modern standards. But this is George's Island. We'll be back here later. Also, there are these huge fucking yachts, ginormous yachts, the Reef Chief. You could just Google the name of the yachts and you can find who owns it and see how much money they had and sigh. See how many times the money you will make in your entire life they make in like 10 minutes. And just sigh and stare at it. A lot of rich people yachts. This is the Harbor Hopper. The Harbor Hopper is an amphibious vehicle. We didn't actually get on it, but let me actually... Yeah, I'm not streaming at like 1080p or whatever. How's it going, Dubs? So this is an amphibious car, basically, that drives into the harbor and becomes a boat. It's like a tour vehicle, basically, you know, all those buses with all the tourists, except they drive into the water. This would be a very mean prank to play on somebody who doesn't know about it. Just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go on this, little tour car. It's kind of like themed like a boat. It's pretty cool. It drives around the harbor, and then you fail to tell them that it drives into the water. So you just drive in. But this apparently got stuck actually at some point. We were reading, apparently the Halifax subreddit was talking about how people were, in fact, like the Harbor Hopper got stuck in the harbor, so they had to get a rescue. So, just be aware, I guess. So this is like the Halifax Harborfront. I thought, we thought this was like an art installation. We saw all these like bulbs and stuff hanging off this. And we thought, oh man, this is gonna be an art installation. No, this is just where they store the light bulbs for like nighttime lighting. But hey, if you want any falconry, might I recommend AtlanticFalconryServices.ca. They have all your falconry-related needs. I think a couple of photos from my phone are missing. I don't think they uploaded properly, but shouldn't be anything too important missing. And then this is, like, all these, let me actually turn on my mouse capture. One sec. I'm just telling it to capture the cursor. So that way you can see where I'm, like, gesturing at this. So over here is mostly just, like, you know, kind of tourist shops, a lot of souvenirs, that kind of thing. Not really what you want to go for unless you want to spend a lot of money on pretty average stuff. Yeah, this is the wire pole. Also, what's up, Tiff? This is the Silly Line. On the, like, the Halifax Harborfront, there's a bunch of, like, little, I guess, things on the ground to entertain kids. Like, over here you can see there's a leapfrog section. And, basically, you know, something to get kids to expend a little more energy. And this is the Silly Line, which starts as just like a straight line and then turns into this monstrosity. So, very good way to tire children out. Next up we have, this is not an art, this actually is an art installation. These are the melting light poles. This little Sabia place, this is a restaurant that is unrelated. I think they got put up after the poles were, but yeah, this is a little art installation. Yeah, it got real hot. It melted a little bit. I don't know if they actually light up. Do they light up at nighttime? So I know we came here at night, but I don't remember if we came down here to check. I don't even think this... There's a plaque nearby. I don't think it mentioned specifically, like, global warming. It was just like, what if a light pole just melted? Yeah, unfortunately, my phone isn't great enough to have the resolution to capture all of it, but there's another one just kind of up in the sky there. What the fuck is this depressing? Hold on. This was 3 hours of relaxing Super Nintendo music. It's like the most depressing song from Illusion of Gaia, please. His friend is very worried. What if Noodle? We'll get to Noodle in a bit. We'll get some Noodle. This is an aperitivo lounge, which is Italian for you're going to spend a lot of money on things that probably will not fill you up. Oh, here we go. Here's a... I backed up a little bit and took a picture, I guess. Yeah, having a little worried curve there. Kind of checking on his homie, making sure he's okay. But yeah, the restaurant kind of doesn't look very nice in the background there. I kind of wish it wasn't there. Fucking gentrification. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Who were these people? Was this like any specific... Oh, God, I forget who these were. Again, a lot of these things I just took without the plaque because I didn't want to have the plaque in the picture. Did we not have a plaque? I would believe there isn't a plaque. I would believe that they just put in a random installation of weird, like, child with an adult face and their wheelbarrow full of jargon. A lot of interesting stuff to see, though. Halifax is a really cool place. Just kind of walk around and, like, take in the sights. Like here, for example, this was, this wasn't on the harborfront proper. This was, like, once we started to go around into the city. Just, like, a weird person with a painting statue. Do not climb. Don't do it. Oh, right, this is where the farmer's market used to be. Oh, that's right, I remember now. It was... Yeah, we were still technically on it, but we were starting to move into the city. Because, yeah, this is the, I think in the mirror, or in the reflection here, that's the brewery. I apologize for vertical photos, but sometimes, again, my phone is old. Fungus. There's no important story behind this. We just saw some fungus and thought, damn, that looks cool. So here's some fungus. Sometimes you don't need a fucking good reason to take a picture. Sometimes you just want to take a picture of some fucking fungus. Take a look at that shit. Vibrating. It's fungible, that's right. How does it taste? Don't know. I'm not sure if somebody else tried, like, to sample it and just, like, pulled off a piece or what, but there seems to be chunks missing. Maybe somebody tried it. Maybe that's why they're dead. We're not watching... I have 2 videos, but unfortunately my phone camera, the videos are just not very good quality. I'll see... The only problem is I don't think I can stream VLC because I think it blocks it due to HTTP. So you can't actually just, you know, stream movies and stuff. We eventually went to get bubble or boba tea, depending on who you talk to. We went to this place called Chatime. It has some of the most fucking, like, unhinged iconography and signing here inside. Sad? Let's Chatime. Bored? Let's Chatime. Happy? Let's Chatime. Tired? Let's Chatime. Have 10 assignments due tomorrow? Let's Chatime. Come on, it's Chatime. And then this one is just completely fucking beyond the pale. Chatime lights up the world. Now cheer up. New font. The day have fun. New font. Can life of the party. New font. Start tea-rific break. New font. Rise and smile. New font. Keep calm and have milk tea. New font. Money. New font. Actually, that might be the same font. Dream a dream. New font. Honey. New font. But first, new font. Funny. Chatime. This is like... Who here has played Beatmania 2DX? Because it reminds me of that one fucking Gold Rush song where the guy's like, make it make money, and he just says the most random, incomprehensible shit. He goes, make it make money, dream a dream, honey, but first she time. Yeah, this is like an AI-generated Pinterest board, honestly. There is a Chatime. Jelly pudding pearl. Only have time for Chatime. Mousse, coffee, tea smoothie. It's interesting that there's so much Ontario-focused iconography in this one, considering the fact that, you know, we're in Nova Scotia. Like Toronto, Canada, Mississauga, Waterloo, Markham. And then, oh yeah, I guess Vancouver, China, Malaysia, Japan, those are there too. 2DX, go! God, I love that. Actually, I hadn't had bubble tea in forever, so this was a nice little treat. Yeah, we both didn't get boba. We didn't get the bobas. We didn't get the pearls. I didn't get any because I didn't want any, but Tiff, who I actually went to visit, just forgot. Dodge the boba. Yeah, which one did you get again? Did you get the Oreo one? Was that it? I got mixed up by the topping because it's a bot. Yeah. Oh, which one did I get? I want to say I got like the... I totally forgot which one I got. It might have been something peach related. But yeah, not a bad place at all. Also, while we were there, anything weird about this photo? No? What if you look closer? I got... Oh, right, I got the strawberry milk. Right, I remember, because I got little strawberries to eat afterwards. Like, I was just looking out the window and I saw this tiny little fucking minion sticker, which I think belongs to the owner because we went back around this area another time, and this car was still there. So I'm pretty sure this is actually, like, the owner's car. Car park. Oh my god, I don't think you ever told me about that. The child just barfing out the window and barking. Did you tell me? Oh god, I don't remember that story. Just deploy child, deploy the barf. Oh man. We had a good amount of weird shit happen while we were there, which I will try to bring up as is relevant. Oh, speaking of weird shit, this is one of the Halifax libraries. Which one was this? Halifax. This is the Halifax Central Library. So we went to the gotcha shop, which I'll show off some pictures of in a second. We went to the Halifax Central Library to just kind of sit down for a bit, get some water, rest for a bit. And I thought, oh, look, cool, it's Baby Yoda. Oh, it's Superman. Oh, it's Pokemon, you know. And then while we were sitting down there, this dude in a Rick and Morty shirt comes up to us and starts ranting about, like, how they're treating people. Like, people lined up in the heat outside the church. And then, like, he goes on for, like, God, he must have been there for a good, like, 5-10 minutes. Just kind of, like, ranting about stuff. And we're just, like, kind of sitting there being like, oh, man, that sucks, man. Because, you know, we don't really want to have some weird shit happen while we're in literally first day. And he finishes off by saying, but you know what? It doesn't fucking matter because I'm going to go to the grocery store and know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking steal. And for all I know, he went there to steal because we never saw him again. Just dude casually informing you that he's going to go commit a crime, NBD. Godspeed, homie. Exactly. I hope he didn't get in trouble for stealing food from the grocery store. But yeah, here's the loot from the gotcha shop. If you look very carefully back there, you can see the TIFF hall. There's one of the sheebs. I got a Kirby and I got a different color sheeb. They have a bunch of different machines there. It's called Twinkle Forest, right? And it's basically a store where they just sell a bunch of, like, they have, I think, like 8 gacha machines set up. And then they also have a bunch of, like, blind gacha boxes. And they actually have some really nice stuff. Like, it's all, for the most part, imported, I think. So it's not going to be, like, any shitty, like, you know... They don't have any, like, gummy hand machines or anything like that. It's all pretty good stuff. And I got a Kirby and a dog. We ended up going back a little later. And got some more stuff, which I will show off. Because I took a picture of the big stack I made. Yeah, really nice place. Really cool place. If you're ever in Halifax, go look up Twinkle Forest. It's a really, really cute place. Apparently, it's just like... I think it's like a husband and wife, kind of just like a labor of love type deal, so I hope they do well. It's a nice little place. It's really cute. Okay, so... Little guy in the hat. This guy is very important. Somebody in Halifax, or maybe some people, multiple people, I don't know, go around graffitiing this little bird with a hat in random spots in Halifax. I don't think anybody has ever identified who does it, but this guy is everywhere. And there is apparently actually a Google Map document that shows, like, all the places he's been located. But we didn't want to use that. We wanted all our finds to be organic, so we just kind of took pictures of every single sighting, so you'll see this guy again a couple of times. He'll be showing up a bunch. Also, I hope you like the construction bits, because, oh boy, I wonder if that one cherry picker's still there. The one that just completely blocked the entire sidewalk. There's a lot of construction going on. But yes, there will be plenty of birds with the hat, little guy with the hat going on. Okay, so for lunch, we went to this place that does Korean hot dogs, and if you've never had Korean hot dogs, oh my god. It's basically like, the best way I could describe it is like a pogo but gourmet. And for people who are from America, we call them pogos. You call them corn dogs, but they're pogos here. Basically, it is a hot dog, or you can get like half hot dog, half mozzarella cheese. I think that's what we got. And I think it's like a rice breading. Like they use a rice flour breading. And so they kind of fry it up, and then the one on the right, this one has ramen. This one has kind of like a ramen breading, so you can get additional like things to add to it if you want. But yeah, this covering here, this is sweet garlic mayonnaise, and then they cover it with kind of like a sweet and savory sprinkle. It's really fucking good. Trust me, just get it. Just try it. I used to not be a mayo guy. I'm a mayo guy. It's like this really like sweet and savory. It's so nice. Obviously not very good for you, as you would imagine, a deep fried hot dog covered with like mayonnaise and sugar and a little bit of mozzarella cheese and breading would be, but it is fucking delicious. Treat yourself. If you ever go to Nova Scotia, I think they have these other places as well, but if you're ever in Halifax, fucking treat yourself. Chung Chun rice hot dog, you make good shit. We took a picture of this pole because some of the names on this poster were great. Jazz Alley, Riss, Fangas, Junk Entity, July 8th at 8 p.m. This was way late, by the way. This was taken on the 15th of August, so this poster just never went down. Unless they're advertising for next year, in which case, good luck. I hope they get to stay up. But yeah, we just like Fangas. Fangas and Junk Entity, those are both really good Steam names. Yeah, Junk E space Entity. Alright, Noodles War Room, or Noodle War Room. We never actually did go here, but I love the name so much. Tiff has actually been here. She can probably vouch for the food a lot better. It looked good. We were just kind of, we had a plan to eat already, and we didn't want to like just stop in and ruin the plan, or we had already eaten and didn't really want to get more food. Maybe next time, Noodle War Room. Yummy. Good. Welcome. Wait, does it? Oh, I thought it did say piss for a second. Yeah, this is kind of one of the, like, the side streets. It's got a bunch of little businesses there. I don't think we really hung around here too much. We went down a few times, but I don't think we actually stopped in. I mean, you gotta remember that you're in Halifax, so, like, it's a bigger city, stuff is gonna be a little more expensive in general. Also, a lot of, like, really nice places, they kind of have to charge more, just because they don't really get the kind of profit margins that bigger chains do. But yeah, this is still pretty touristy. Like, we're still pretty close to the waterfront. This is another ferry. This is the Viola Desmond. I think I got 3 of the ferries. I think there was one more I don't recall the name of. Many ferry photos. If you like boats, this is the place to go. This is the Harbor Queen. This is the party boat. This is where, so there's a very good story that I'll get to later on. Because we ended up going to George's Island. It'll be a little more relevant there. But, basically something very funny happened on the Harbor Queen. But I just wanted to take a picture of a little guy boat. Here's a little guy boat. For when you don't want to jump in the frog boat that capsizes in the harbor and needs help to save itself. Ivy wall. A lot of ivy. Many ivies. This wasn't actually in Halifax. This is after we got back, because this is on the other side of the harbor. Thank you, Garrus. I'm happy to be home, but at the same time, I do kind of miss Nova Scotia. It's really nice. Had a very good time. But yeah, this is the ivy wall by the ferry station, by the ferry, I guess. Many ivies. Yeah, for lease. You want to buy some ivy? You can lease it. And then later that night, we went out to get some more ice cream. A lot of ice cream will be consumed on this trip. I took a picture of this because, A, this is by Leonidas Chocolates, which has some really fucking nice dip ice creams. We just like the Sherwin-Williams paint and the really unfortunate logo. The one that just says cover the earth. Like, oh, you mean like this, right? So this cone is actually sea salt caramel. It's like they dip the hot chocolate in the cone, or on top of the cone, and then it hardens. And it's fucking delicious. Oh my god. It's basically a meal. It is basically just, this is a full meal. It's so thick. Like you're eating a small chocolate bar on top of your ice cream. It is so delicious, though. Again, many ice creams will be consumed in sequence. Okay, here's the boys I got from the gacha shop. Or actually, no, I got the box Shiba and Tiff got the, No, Tiff got the box Shiba, I got the squish Shiba. Yeah, I also didn't take a picture because you kind of have to enter QTE mode once you start eating. But there's a bunch of, like, tiny little holes, because obviously it's not going to be a perfect shell. You missed Moon Mist. That was at the very beginning. Tiff is Plush Mayhem. She's right above you in chat. Go follow her on social media and etc. She's Plush Mayhem on pretty much every single channel. Does a lot of cool stuff, plushies and whatnot. Very cool person. But yeah, there's like a bunch of little holes in this, so as you eat it and it starts to melt, it starts to leak ice cream, and then you have to be careful to cover all the holes. Because otherwise it's going all over your hand. But yeah, Leonidas chocolates, very good dips, delicious. Free them. This was the next day afterwards. We played a bunch of board games that night. I think we played a bunch of Star Realms. Very fun deck builder. Game apparently has like 10 different expansions now, but we only have the base set. Yeah, I'll go back real quick to show you the Moon Mist. Oh, too far. Spoilers. Yeah, this is the Moon Mist ice cream. This is banana, grape, and bubblegum, and it is fucking delicious. If you ever go to Nova Scotia, Maritimes area, get some Moon Mist. Trust me. No, you didn't see a cat. I don't know what you saw. It's you must have been a dream. It was an illusion. So we went to I don't know what we'd call it. Kind of like a mini geek meetup, I guess would be the best way to call it. Like there was a bunch of there were a couple people doing cosplay. We went and met up with some of Tiff's friends. They were also doing cosplay and whatnot. Yeah, minicon. Let's go with that. I got very excited because so I went to like a geek craft fair, and I ended up leaving with hot sauce and fudge. I was really excited because I finally found the Brother Brew Brew hot sauce that I've been looking for without having to pay exorbitant shipping fees to Canada. Brother Brew Brew hot sauce, by the way, very good. Very good, highly recommended. But we bought fudge and the hot sauce. Hung around there for a bit, but it was fucking sweltering in there because they didn't have any AC. And as it turns out, when you cram, like, you know, a good 100 geeks into a small room, they sweat. They sweat a lot. Thankfully, it was connected directly to an arena, so we would just go next door and kind of vent. Just let all the steam off for a few minutes. Because, oh boy, it was probably too hot to run that without AC. I feel bad for all the vendors who had to stick around. But yeah, we stopped there for a bit. Yeah, sorry, when I say arena, I mentally correct it to mean ice rink because I forget American arenas don't necessarily have ice. But yeah, pretty much every arena here in Canada will have ice, you know, being hockey world. I have to translate for American viewers. Yeah, then we stopped in afterwards to get some all-you-can-eat sushi. I hadn't had sushi since before the pandemic, so this was a treat, to say the least. This was phenomenal. This place is called Mizu. They do all-you-can-eat sushi. And oh boy, I filled up. This is a small sample. I didn't take any pictures of Kirito at the bus stop, I'm sorry. There was a Kirito cosplayer. He was doing some very powerful sword moves at the abandoned bus shelter, because they have a bus shelter at the Halifax Forum where they did the place. And it doesn't actually have bus service. Like, they don't do bus service there anymore. They just kept the bus shelter because... question mark. But he was doing, like, invisible sword moves. He was living his best life. Nobody was there to take pictures of him. He wasn't, like, doing it for a shoot or anything. He was just doing them. So, like, Godspeed, Kirito, my dude. I wish you the best of luck. I think it was, like, $30 per person for the all-you-can-eat. But, I got my money's worth. I very much made, I very much made the investment back, and probably then some. Oh god, that was good. They had Dory. They had Dory from Finding Nemo. It's Dory, it's Dory, it's Dory, it's Dory. We weren't super close to the fish tank, though, so couldn't get a ton of pictures. Yeah, I know, I want sushi, I want mercury. I just want to put some mercury in my body, please. Those are not the fish in the sushi. I feel like this is a really inefficient way to do sushi. But yeah, oh my god. So much good sushi, so much good seafood. As you might imagine, being the Maritimes region, a lot of good seafood, a lot of good fresh seafood available to you. I think I fucked up and took an extra picture here when I was putting my phone away, so action shot. This is Cole Harbor, this is where we were staying, and it's pretty foggy in general. It's a really humid place, so a lot of times it'd be real foggy at night. Sometimes we would head out at nighttime, just go for a walk or grab some food. I think, was this on the way? I think we got some donairs as well. I want to say this is when we went for a donair run. I didn't take a picture of the donair on this night because donairs aren't a very photogenic food. As soon as you take them out of the wrapping, they just kind of like explode into a mess. But donairs are fucking delicious. Donairs are another Nova Scotia specialty. It's basically kind of like, how would I describe it? It's almost kind of like shawarma meat. It's like spiced meat that's carved off a spit. Put in a little bit of veggies like onions, tomatoes. I think onions and tomatoes are the traditional ones. If you put in more, it's considered sacrilegious. You wrap it up in a pita, and then you top it with this donair sauce, which is like, it's similar, but it is not German doner. It's donair. It is a sweet sauce made from condensed milk. And it is very delicious, but it is very, very, it's very heavy. It is the food that you get when it is 3 a.m. Maybe you've had a couple of beverages, you want a place to eat. Donair sauce is foul. Wash your mouth. Go wash your mouth out right now. In this stream, we support Donair, I'm sorry to tell you. You are banned. But yeah, it's the kind of thing that is very heavy, not something you eat every day, but very delicious. Yeah, it's like it's kind of like garlicky, a little bit savory, a little bit sweet, a little bit tangy with vinegar. It's really nice though. How much fucking donair sauce are you putting in your mouth? Like, you're not supposed to drench it in it. You put some in it. Anyways, this is the Ultimania guide. Tiff had a bunch of like game art books and stuff, so I would busy myself. And one of the pictures is Mog with an ass. Nah, this is a pro donair sauce stream. We respect donair sauce here. But yeah, this is some of the concept art they had for, I want to say this was FF6. Mog with an ass, why not? Yeah, that's where the poop comes out. Yo, Tiff, thank you for the resub. Yeah, we're pro-nair. We're very pro-nair. Less of an ass, but still got one going on. He got a bit of a booty. Ain't nothing wrong with a Moogle with a booty. Alright, so quick poll here, chat. What color do you like your blueberries? Just real quick question. Purplish blue, bluish black. Sorry, we don't got those. Don't got them. We got yellow or green. Take your pick. Our theory was that there was something else on the sign over here, like yellow or green beans or something, or peppers, and they just didn't take that off from last time. But it was very funny just seeing yellow or green blueberries. Two for $6 a pint. two pints for $6, I guess? I don't know. It's a weird sign. And this was actually the last possible day we could have taken this picture, because this was August 11th, so they changed the sign next time. We saved this right under the wire. Okay. So, these are crepes. These are crepes. And I got the Oreo cheesecake crepe. Tiff grabbed the mushroom garlic aioli crepe. Yeah, Tiff posted a few pictures on her Discord and Twitter as well, but holy fuck, this was good. How's it going, Peck? I'm gonna say Peck because CT Matthews Dev is a lot longer to say than just Peck. But these were good, as you might imagine. The very nice and tasty cheesecake Oreo crepe, very fucking good. Actually, the mushroom one was really good too. That had like a nice little garlic aioli that made it really, really good. But that was our breakfast for the day. I was like, I want something sweet, and I didn't realize how filling this was gonna be. So, very nice crepe. Then we went for a walk around because we didn't actually want to go into Halifax proper that day, I believe. So this was the Naughty Child giant chair. If you're bad, you get sent here. Do your own Earthbound joke about the eraser, because I'm not going to do it. This one, I think this is just another art installation. It's like, what if we made a big chair? It's funny because, you know, it's bigger than a regular chair. And of course, somebody graffitied on it. Yeah. There's a very good graffiti that we'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, we were just kind of walking around on the, I guess the Cole Harbor side. And we went to, what was the name of this park again? I don't remember the name of this park. But it has this really nice big pond and many ducks. Many, many ducks are present here. They kind of hung out on this island because you can't actually get to the center here. So there were a ton of ducks and birds of various varieties hanging out in the island in the center. This, I believe, is a war memorial, this little torch thing. Sullivan's Pond, thank you. Went to Sullivan's Pond, kind of go for a walk, check out the ducks, hang out for a bit. Sorry, Dartmouth. You have to understand, I am the ignorant Ontarian. Dartmouth. Sorry. Actually, no, let me properly fuck it up. The Cole Harbor side of Dartmouth. Yeah, nice little pond to just kind of walk around, sit down for a bit. Many birds. We'll get some more birds. Had a little fountain set up. And we sat down on the grass for a bit. Yo, there were ducks, my dude. There were ducks. Somebody was feeding them. I think over here. Like you can see a duck mid munch. This person was feeding all the ducks and whatnot. And here are the famous, what's it called? The Sullivan's Pond geese. Many geese exist here as well. These girls on the side here, they were getting harassed by the geese because they walked like close enough to the geese to piss them off. So like they were just chilling down here for like 15 minutes. And they were just hissing and honking at them for a good while. They were very loud and very, very mad. They didn't actually attack anybody, but they got pretty noisy. And then a couple of ducks just hanging out as well. These geese were not particularly vicious. They were very hissy. But they weren't, like, actively going after people. They were just kind of hissing and honking a bit. And this guy came up pretty close. I think I got a nice picture of the special duck feather, the purple one. Yeah, there's the unique duck feather, the Stardew Valley duck feather. Coming closer. Also, many dogs. I didn't get a ton of pictures of dogs, but there were plenty of good dogs to be seen. But there were also plenty of good ducks to be seen. Quack. Actually, I think at this point, most of the geese had left to go up the hill. There was one that was just hanging around there. There we go. Duck feather, the special one. The bonus. Just came super close, came to hang out. Probably really used to people feeding them, so wasn't particularly scared of people. Also, there's some kind of fucked up metal dragonfly. This was also in Sullivan's Pond, like the park area. There were these orbs. They had orbs. These are supposed to light up at nighttime. We didn't go at nighttime, so I didn't get to see them light up, but there were several orbs just kind of hanging in the tree. There's another one. There's a third one way at the top here. Kind of sad that we never got to go see the orbs lit up at nighttime. Is that a squirrel? Where do you see a squirrel? You're talking about this? I don't think that's a squirrel. Yeah, we'll have to make another trip if I come back at nighttime, see the orbs lit up. Yeah, I don't think there were any squirrels in this picture. All right, minion sighting number 2 of the trip. So this is one of 2 rock gardens I believe that we saw. Actually, no, I think there was a third one. I didn't take a picture of that one though. So there's a little rock garden, a couple of these around. And I guess the idea is that you would paint a rock and then just drop it off here. There was a Hunter rock that we noticed. I think this is Starfire from Teen Titans. I think it's supposed to be. You know, so you get all the nice little kind of like local pride, you know, every child matters, you're enough. Nice self-affirmations, little minions. M&M's rock. I feel like I know it's got the antenna, but it just makes me think Minion. I'm sorry, I have Minion's disease, it's terminal. But yeah, just random Hunter rock. Somebody is a big fan of Hunter around here. The lone seagull of the Halifax Harbor. Exactly 1 seagull is allowed in the harbor at any given time, and today, it's this guy's lucky day. Just a bunch of views from the ferry. Again, I take a lot of pictures from the ferry because don't really get to go in a lot of boats where I am. Not really a ton of harbor transit. Many boats. This is the fireboat. Fireboat, and then these are just, I think, private boats. This was not me, but somebody just graffitied like hashtag moon mist. I don't think it's, I think it was probably chalk, but still. Somebody also really likes moon mist ice cream, which, you know what? I fuck with that. I fuck with moon mist. Also, I think this what, did I not take any pictures of the cubes? I didn't take any pictures of the cubes. There were a bunch of cubes, like just wooden cubes sitting around this train track. And the next few days, like, they were just gone. All the cubes were gone. You got the cubes? Yeah, please put them in the, or actually, you can just send it on Discord or something. Send me the cubes. I want the cubes. I want to consider them. But yeah, Moon Mist ice cream, real fucking good. Again, not sponsored. Alright, so we went to, this is on the Dartmouth side, where they have, like, kind of a peace museum, I guess. And they have a bunch of bricks from different countries, which I guess are supposed to be monuments to peace. So they have, you know, wall fragments from the Berlin Wall, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody got so mad about one of the bricks, because they wrote, "That brick looks fresh, ain't no way that's from history." And we don't know which one they were talking about. Like, it might have been this one, it might have been this one. I don't think they realized that like, a lot of the bricks, they could just be made for this. Like, they didn't have to be taken all from the Berlin Wall or something. But yeah, we just found it very funny that somebody got so mad about peace bricks in the Peace Memorial that they graffitied "Ain't no way that's from history." We use that phrase a lot on the vacation. Just "ain't no way that's from history, ain't no way that's from etc." Very good phrase. You're probably going to add it to the repertoire. This was another day. We went for a walk in Cole Harbor because they have a lot of nice little like walking trails. Cole Harbor Road itself is kind of like, it's mostly like businesses, shops, that kind of stuff. But then you can go off into like the more rural stuff, and they have like little walking trails and stuff. It's really nice. We went for a walk here. They had like kind of a marsh, not like a full-blown swamp, but a little marsh. And no, this wasn't where we'll get to the assault part eventually. The wasp problem in a bit. Yeah, there wasn't really a ton of rain during the trip, even though it looked constantly cloudy. The weather report was constantly calling like, "Oh, it's gonna rain today. There's gonna be a big storm, real big storm today. Watch out, it's gonna rain." And then we got like 1 or 2 proper days of rain. That's it. No rain. Yeah, a lot of nice little views. Nice little contrast between like the city of Halifax and then kind of the more like forested areas around Dartmouth. I think you can actually... was it here that you get to kayak, or was that somewhere else? I think you mentioned some people do kayak around here. Is this from the Flintstones? Oh my god, this is from the Flintstones. Oh, this is the same composer who did all the Ocean games that are like, the music is way too good for the quality of the game. Because yeah, apparently somebody at Ocean just went ham on the music. Good, thank you for sending me the pictures of the cubes. We'll add those to the shared repository. This was, I want to say this was by the church, kind of just looking out into the like the subdivision. Then we stopped by a pawn shop where they had approximately 200,000 copies of Battlefield 1. Still some Battleborn left over. 2 copies of Attack on Titan. So hey, if you ever want a copy of Battlefield 1, I like the different costs here too, because this one's $9.99, this one's $4.99, this one's $14. I almost wonder if they just put them in like at a certain price. Like these ones came sooner, so they tried to sell them for more, and then realized nobody wanted to buy Battlefield 1 on the Xbox One, so they just dropped it down to $5. Okay, so if you weren't following my Twitter, or if you don't follow my Twitter, which hey, you should follow my Twitter, twitter.com/AndyAML. We were looking around in the store, and Tiff all of a sudden just yells out, "Oh my god, it's Columbo!" So we turn over, and it turns out it wasn't Columbo, it's actually Han Solo, wearing this weird fucking, like, overcoat that doesn't show up in the movie, I think? He's just wearing this Columbo-ass, like, coat. They maybe did this for, like, a promotional shot or something, but I do not remember ever seeing this in the movie. Han Solo in a fucking Columbo coat. Unfortunately, I don't think they ever did any Columbo action figures. If they did, I would buy one. I would probably buy it. But yeah, there's Columbo. Also, Star Wars Episode 1 collectible pin. They also had Virtual On at the pawn shop, but you couldn't buy it. Like, it said specifically not for sale. And it wasn't powered on, like you couldn't play it, so... They just kind of had it on the floor, and I don't know why. But hey, if you ever want to not play Virtual On, go check out the pawn shop in Cole Harbor. It might still be there. Like, I would figure this thing you want to get rid of as soon as possible, because it's a ton of floor space. I don't know. Clearly I don't understand the logistics of running a pawn shop. Maybe I should just have a copy of Virtual On sitting around taking up space, appreciating in value. Okay, this was another day. This was the next day. We went down to the boardwalk, and one of the docks there just had a bunch of exploded crab parts. Like, I would assume this was either like seagulls dropping off the parts they couldn't eat. And they're just, you know, just crab explosion. Just crab parts scattered across the dock. It's a mystery. Technically, we weren't supposed to be down here taking pictures, but we did anyways, because we had to take pictures of the crab. We had to take pictures of the crab explosion. It was necessary. Here's some more views from the boardwalk itself. Again, I take a lot of water shots because there's not really a ton of water nearby me outside of Lake Ontario. Yeah, this isn't like the Halifax Harbor. I think you can... Yeah, there's the bridge in the background. It does eventually reach out there. But yeah, this is kind of a more, like, tucked inland area. So you can actually walk up on the beach here. Yeah, you can kayak around here. These are all the restaurants and whatnot, souvenir shops. I want to say this green guy over here is where we ate the fish and chips and found the dog that refused to be contained. Because we were recommended this spot that does really good fish and chips, and spoiler alert, they were really good fish and chips. But while we were eating there was somebody with a dog that was constantly like getting off leash, and not like causing a ruckus or anything like that. Like, it wasn't, you know, a completely uncontrollable dog making a mess of everything. It was just like kind of kept getting away and just like going to sniff around nearby tables and stuff. And God bless that dog. That was a good dog. Wasn't bothering anybody, like wasn't jumping up on tables and trying to get at people's food, just looking around on the ground, looking for treats. And I don't know if I have any other pictures near there. I don't think I took any pictures by the boardwalk itself. Now here's some folks doing some fishing, taking in the local flavor. We did not do any fishing because I don't think Tiff has any fishing gear. And also we wouldn't really have the facilities necessary to clean and gut a fish. Yeah, you can go fishing if you want to. Here's another rock garden. This one was like a more memorial rock garden, so this one wasn't like didn't have, you know, Hunter rocks or anything like that. Yeah, we saw I think 3 different rock gardens. Okay, this is one of my favorite pictures because you got the 5 seagulls in a row here, right? But this guy decided he's going to sit on top of the pole, still in line. Still in lockstep with everybody else, just like way higher. It was like the perfect framing. I'm sad that my phone does not have a very good camera. Yeah, this guy was bad. This guy was cringe. But yeah, I really wish I had a better phone so I could get better pictures at like zoom in shots. Because the quality is decent when I'm not zoomed in, but once I have to go in any closer, it starts looking real rough. Like this adds its own JPEG compression. All it needs is like impact font on the bottom and on the top and bottom, and it's a really shitty meme from 2000. Sorry, image macro from 2000. We didn't call them memes. Minions! Minion sighting, minion sighting, minion sighting, minion sighting. So, like, you could say the bee thing was debatable and not intended to be minion. These are minions. These are minions. Many minions will play in sequence. These weren't for sale. I thought this was relaxing music. Why is it playing the fucking depressing music from Mega Man X? No. 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 I think this uploader mistook relaxing for depressing. Yeah, many minions. They had ducks and geese. Many ducks and geese. My phone sucks, so I had to zoom in. Doesn't look very good. Here's another Halifax trip. Again, you're going to see a lot of harbor photos, just because I take a lot of harbor photos. This was... okay. It was like... one half of the sky was really nice and bright and cheerful, and then the other half was super dark and gloomy. I don't think I have the famous Halifax orb photo, but it's on my Twitter. Go look at my Twitter if you want to see the famous Halifax blue orb. But yeah, like, this was the one side which was super dark, super, like, looked like it was going to storm at any second. And then the other side, which was really nice. Duality of man. I don't know why I took so many pictures of the little control tower. I guess I just like it. Actually, which ferry was this? I don't think there's the identifier here. Alarm sounds awaiting instructions. Good advice. George's Island. Viola Desmond. Yeah, we're gonna get here. I promise you, we're gonna go to George's Island. It's called foreshadowing. Look it up. Eventually, I think it did end up turning nice and sunny, like the clouds start to move out. But yeah, really nice look. Kind of weird, but cool. This was the night that we went into the board game cafe. And we played a couple different games. We played, I think the game was called Sagrada, where it's like you kind of have to build a stained glass setup following certain rules to give you more points. It's a pretty cool game. Then we also... did we play anything else, or was it just like Sagrada, and then we played Stardew Valley and realized how long that game takes? But we were looking at the instructions, we found the very funny terminology for getting married. You have a spouse pawn. If you get married in the Stardew Valley game, you get a spouse pawn. So we made many jokes about the spouse totem. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, let's put this up. There you go, new meme just dropped. Thank you, Vox Valentine. Oh, speaking of air fryers, I finally got to try one for the first time. Tiff had been hyping up her air fryer for the longest time. Like, no, you gotta try the air fryer, We didn't really use it a ton. The problem is, it is effectively just a small convection oven, which is like... it's nice. But, like... it doesn't fry things. The term air fryer is very misleading. Yeah, we ate out a lot. We didn't eat a ton of food at home. We did try... those little, like, salmon balls are pretty good, though. Those came out pretty alright. I fucked up real bad because I did use the air fryer to try to do the chicken breasts. The problem is that I didn't realize they were pre-seasoned already. Like, they were basically just kind of a bunch of frozen chicken breasts. And I thought they were just straight-up chicken breasts. No, they had salt. So, like, I did a little seasoning mix to kind of, like, you know, spice it up a little bit. And I put in some salt. And it turns out, it was already plenty salty. So I just made chicken breasts that were way too fucking salty. Not my best moment. I'm gonna blame that one on the air fryer. Somehow. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that'd be nice to have. But not, like, strictly necessary. Yeah, way too salty. I fucked up. Yeah, the spouse pawn was... we never did actually find a way... we've played the board game. We played Stardew Valley a couple times since then. And we never managed to sneak marriage into it. We always had to, like, get in under the wire at, like, the last second to beat the game. Yeah, it's a really cool game, actually, the Stardew Valley board game. We also played Anna's Roundtable, which is a Fire Emblem fan game. It's the only Fire Emblem game that I've played and I've actually enjoyed. It's a fan-made game with, like, a bunch of guest artists and stuff that did all the art for the cards and units. It's really cool. I don't have any pictures of that, but it does have a module on Tabletop Simulator, which is really cool. We're probably going to be playing a bunch of that in the future. And yeah, surprisingly, like really, really high effort. Looks really nice for a fan-made game. Yeah, it's the kind of game that if you play too much of, you have like Tetris dreams. Like, okay, I have to get out of bed, but if they have a movement range of 2, if they use the 11 sword, that means that they can attack me once I get out of bed. So maybe I don't want to get out of bed. Maybe I get out on the other side. That kind of thing. Because there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind. But yeah, the Stardew Valley board game is really cool. It's a co-op game. You basically run a farm collective with up to 4 players. And the goal is, like, you get a bunch of goals that say, like, you know, you have to make this much money, you have to make this many friends, you have to get down to level 12 of the mine or whatever. So there's a bunch of different goals. It's random every time. And you kind of have to work together with whoever you're playing with to try and complete all the goals before the end of the year. It's really neat. I don't know why I took this photo. Why did I take this photo? I don't remember why I took this photo. This is one of my, I don't know why I took this photo, but it's there, I guess, so there must have been something significant at the time. Long boy in the soup. We went to a mall, and we stopped by the GameStop. And we found a Destiny Christmas ornament for the Drifter. Which I sent to Emily because she fucking loves that guy. Nasty little man who likes murdering, well, not murdering, but he likes people killing each other. And also the Flood, or whatever the Destiny version of them is called. Long boy in the suit. I don't know. I don't play Destiny. I played the very, very first release, and that's it. Never got into the rating past that, because it basically became a full-time job. And I don't got time to play Destiny as a full-time job. He's shy. I don't remember if the other mannequins had heads. Yeah, it's just Matt McMuscles. You could just rebrand it. Yeah, put on the little skull thing on his hat. Make him talk about beat-em-ups. Yeah, it's just Matt McMuscles. It's Canadian content now. Feel good. Look out of the hat! Found another one. I think this is when we went to the ramen place, when we went to Truly Tasty. Holy fuck. That was good. I think I have a picture of it. I believe this is the second little guy with a hat sighting. Again, these were all organic. We didn't look up the locations beforehand, because they had to be organic. It's not any fun if you just look them up on a Google Doc or whatever and find them. You gotta truly discover them for yourself. I will never stop going in on this statement on every chopstick wrapper ever. The one that says, now you can pick up anything. I don't know why I find it so funny. I just like the phrasing of, hold this chopstick this way, now you can pick up anything. Anything. So this was the chashu pork ramen. Holy fuck, this was good. Truly Tasty. If you're ever in Halifax, go seek out Truly Tasty. They do good fucking ramen. This is the chashu pork ramen. I was expecting like a little piece of pork. No. There's more pork below the surface here. You get your money's worth. They give you a proper portion. Proper portion. They had a little egg. I believe it's kind of like almost a dumpling filling. Yeah, that broth, oh my god. We were full. We were totally full after eating this. This was a small miracle in a bowl. Like it was the right amount of pork. It wasn't too much, but at the same time it wasn't just like, I've been to ramen places where you get kind of like one tiny little sad piece of pork that's like one bite and that's it. 1 or 2 bites. No, this guy you got a good mix. Yeah, I apologize to anybody who did not eat before watching this stream. I'm gonna miss the food a lot. Most of the stuff around me is sadly just like chain restaurants, so nothing incredible going on there. But yeah, Truly Tasty, Halifax. Fucking go there if you're in the area. You will not regret it. Another little guy with a hat. Again, I don't think that they've ever identified who does all these, but a lot of little guys with a hat if you're looking for them. Also, very, very slight dog. Bonus dog. Out of frame. Oh, so many dogs. Here's a different shot of the Halifax Harbor Steps. Again, you are totally free to go in if you want to. There is nothing stopping you. Just walk in. Just be one with the sea, my dude. Let the sea reclaim you. Return to crab. Become the exploded crab on the pier that you've always wanted to be. When you say, I'm married to the sea, this is where you go to do it. These guys were on the Dartmouth side. I like to call them the Four Kings because they just look like these weird kind of, I don't know, abstract Dark Souls things just hanging out. There's nothing really explaining what these are. They're just things. They're just creatures. They just hang out, and the one guy was in the back because he's been bad. You can't see it in this photo, but there is a light in the center, and at nighttime it lights up and you can kind of see them better. If you move the statues, actually, you upset the balance of the world and it turns into ruin. Destroy everything, so don't do it. Coal Harbor meltdown. Somebody apparently went to fucking town on a package of Reese's. And like the thing is, this isn't like a group of 3. Like, these aren't packs of 3. These are individually wrapped Reese's cups. So, like, somebody had to open these up, take all the cups out. Presumably, you wouldn't want to pick them up and just, like, take them away because they would melt. That shit would melt. So I'm guessing somebody just sat here, ate way too many Reese's cups than is healthy. I mean, not that Reese's is healthy to begin with, but... Yeah, let's try and do a rough count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. At least 11 Reese's cups. It's mystery. Nobody knows. Also, here's the famous Coal Harbor bone pile. Underneath, I want to say this is the pharmacy sign by Lawton's Drugs. They have a sign with just a bunch of bones. Oh, this is the Burrito Jack sign. Yeah, there's just a bunch of bones under one of the signs in Coal Harbor. Just bones. Yeah, there are stories here, and you don't have all the information. This is like environmental storytelling that you have to read all the item descriptions to find out about. But it will never be explicitly spelled out to you what the bone pile does. You have to go digging for that one. Yeah, just have a bone. Pick one up. They're free. Also, at the mall, we stopped by the GameStop, and they had, oh god, what was this dude's name? Romani from Fate Zero? And the thing is, you have to attach his head and legs separately. So we kind of slapped Kirby on there. We're just calling it the new FGO character. Fuck it. He's new now. New variant. Please pay another $1,000 to roll the gacha for him. Also, you can see the sheebs in the background hanging out. Also, Chekhov's coaster over here. This will come into play later. This is a surprise tool that will help us in the future. That's Kirby. That's him. Here he is. Now you know. So, this is about where we first started fucking around with coasters. And this is the very first... This is the prototype Neko Arc. I think I have this one right beside me, actually. Let me check. I think I have it in my bag. We maybe made too many coasters. So I'm going to have some gifts to give out at MagFest and whatnot for the next time I go. I'm trying to find this specific one. You can tell this is the first one that we did because we baked it a little too long, so it kind of turned brown on the sides. It crisped up a little too much. I'm just trying to see if I have this. Okay, I have this one. I have this one. Because the way you do this is that, like, you print it out onto paper, and then you use this Cricut, like, basically it's a big iron, and you bake it into the coaster. And you have we fucked around with the settings for a while. It took a while to kind of perfect it, because you can see here, like, there's kind of a seam by the outline of the sprite where Tiff cut it out, and it cooked too much on the outside, so we had to refine it a little bit. So the first idea we had was, okay, what if we taped it down? What if we sealed Nekowark in the summoning circle so she could not move and escape? Didn't really work out super well. As it turns out, the tape was actually more trouble than it was worth, because it meant that it kind of was... I think it was actually creating more space for it to move because it was loosening a little bit. So these were some more of the failed attempts. You can kind of see, like here, for example, this one's a little blurry on the side because it moved. This one came out a little better. You can see kind of around like the top area. Still kind of got a little blurry, and you can see the seam here. This one got a little too... This one furled up a bit. I think this one maybe was too high heat. But we eventually had enough Nekowarks to make a summoning circle. So we started working. This isn't related to the coaster stuff. This is just... I was reading the Ultimania guide. Oop. And I thought it was funny that Rude's memorable quote was, "Don't step on me" in Rocket Town when Cloud steps on him after his defeat. Ultimania guides are pretty cool. A lot of neat info in there. For example, did you know that the ribbon in Final Fantasy was originally supposed to be called Claire's Ribbon? From day one, from Final Fantasy 1. In the developer notes for it, it was originally called Claire's Ribbon. I don't know who Claire's supposed to be. I know that that's her name in FF13. That's Lightning's actual name, but I don't know who Claire is in the context of FF1. But now you know. Okay. This was the day of the incident. The incidents, I should say. So we were walking down to go get some pizza. Little pizza truck was in the area. We were like, let's go get some fucking pizza. So we stopped by the Hotbox Chill Spot. As you do. There's some graffiti. Not sure what that's supposed to say. It just says, I don't know, like, Hawk me? I don't know what that could possibly say. And this is where you go to chill if you're hotboxing, which seems like a really bad place to hotbox because it is, you know, open to the air. Discard pizza box. Random Dwingus. So the place where the pizza truck was at, it was parked near, I guess like a community center would be the best way to call it. It has like a pool, it's got like a rink, an ice rink. So, they had snow. No, they didn't actually have snow. This is this is from the Zamboni, basically. It dumps off all the snow they clean from the ice out the back. Definitely was way too hot for any snow to be existing naturally there. But I did take a snowball and just kind of fuck around with it for a bit, try and see if I could confuse anybody. Nobody seemed confused. Sadly, nobody fell for my trick. But yeah, we went for a little walk while the pizza was being prepared. And there's the pizza. This is basically like a pizza margarita. But it had, I think it had additionally goat cheese. And I want to say there may have been another type of cheese. A little more cheesy than what you would get from a normal pizza margarita, but still very good. Unfortunately, this was where the incident began. This is where the wasp happenings began. Because while we were trying to eat this pizza, we sat down by like this little staircase leading down to a trail. And there was a wasp that was very intent on getting some fucking pizza. So like we're trying to like shoot away, but it just keeps coming back. Like it is hell bent on getting this pizza. So we decide, okay, you know what? We're gonna go somewhere else because we want to eat our pizza and not get assaulted by wasps. So we walk for a good, like, another 5 minutes down the way, sit down near, like a soccer field with some bleachers. Sit down in the bleachers. Wasp attacks again. I don't know if it was the same one. I imagine it was the same one. Just constantly being harassed by wasps while trying to eat some pizza. And the wasp happenings continue to this day. I will go into more information as it becomes relevant. But this was the beginning. So the pizza was great. Pizza was delicious. After that, we went for a walk in the forest, because I had a little forest trail nearby, so we kind of walked it off. Took in the scenery. There were some dragonflies, I think, nearby that were trying to be intimate, and Tiff was being rude and yelling at them. They were just trying to boink. Let them boink. Don't be rude. Saw some ducks. More ducks. These guys were, like, in the stream proper, so we couldn't really go in there and take pictures super close. Still love to see a duck. Nothing wrong with seeing a duck on a day. And then later that night, we just kind of decided, let's just go into fucking Halifax. Let's go into Halifax at nighttime. Get some shots of the night skyline and all that. This was, I think this was I want to say this was Friday. This was either Friday or a weekend. Because we went in the city and it was very, very jumped. There's the Rita Joe. New fairy just dropped, the Rita Joe. Okay, yeah, this was before the wedding. Right. I didn't take any pictures of the wedding because A, they are, you know, it's somebody else's wedding, you're not going to be seeing those. You don't need to see those. And B, I didn't really want to be, you know, some rando jumping in from out of town to be taking pictures at a wedding. There was somebody there with an anime titty shirt, though. Yeah, lots of nice skyline views. Kind of just walked around and took in the sights a bunch. Very jumping, especially by the bars. There was this one place where... What was the name of the place that just sells food out of the window again? So I think it was that and the Filipino Willie's. Willie's just sells a bunch of food out of a window. And there were, like, the lineups were completely packed, just blocking off the entire sidewalk. There was also a Filipino kebab place, like shish kebab barbecue, right by there that was also clogging stuff up. A lot of people. But we came back from there, and then we just decided, you know what, let's just get a fucking donair plate. Let's get a fucking donair plate and watch some fucking Carnival Phantasm. Just watch some fucking Neko Arc, so that's what we did. Donair plate, again, delicious. It's not in a pita, it's just kind of, this is served on top of fries. And then there's a bunch of cheese on top. You can get donair sauce as well. That's the little... This little cup here, that's the donair sauce. They serve that separately because it would be kind of a mess and wouldn't let the cheese melt if it wasn't in there. Yeah, we got to see Neko Arc bubbles. But there was many Neko Arc bubbles taking place. Yo, how's it going, Riza? I'm sorry about your lack of peak emotes. Just gotta make your own. Make your own peak, and then you can just use it whenever you want. But yeah, donair plate, perfect nightcap. Just sit down, eat a bunch of delicious food, watch some fucking Neko Arc. Good times had. So this is Sunday, because again, I didn't take any pictures at the wedding itself. This is the brochure, and I guess now I can also talk about the boat. But first I'll talk about this one, the ditch. It is apparently important enough to get a notification on the map, the ditch. On George's Island, because we're finally going to George's Island. But before we do that, first off, I'm going to talk about my sponsorship with HelloFresh. No. I'm going to talk about a friend that we met there, one of Tiff's friends, name of Ray. She's a very cool person. She does a lot of cosplay, 3D printing stuff. And she was talking about how she was actually on the Harbor Queen boat that I showed a picture of earlier. The one with the, like, kind of the little old-timey paddle thing. And she was there one night. And it was kind of like, you know, beer garden type deal, bunch of drinking and stuff. And apparently they fucked up and didn't get I don't know if they didn't get live entertainment or if the entertainment they got canceled or just couldn't make it. So they literally just went on the street and got some random busker, gave him like $50 and be like, "Hey, do you wanna come on this boat and just like you wanna just do some songs?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." And their rendition of songs, they didn't have a very big set list. They repeated songs multiple times. And the big one that I remember was Ray described it as singing "Knocking on Heaven's Door," but they had no idea of how the actual tone of the song went. Like, they were saying the lyrics. They were properly singing the song. Like, the lyrics were there, but the tune was not. They just got some random fucking busker to just jump on and play music for this party boat. So, fun background music to set the tone, I guess, for your party night. Have a little beer garden, listen to somebody fail at knocking on heaven's door. But anyways, so this is George's Island. You have to take a separate ferry to get there. Finally getting there. We're here. So this is kind of this is like an old military installation back when, you know, they were still using cannons and shit in warfare. So there's a lot of like old kind of ruined forts type deals here. Really cool place to see though. Like, you get to go inside. We'll go there eventually. But there's a lot of like old kind of like ruined emplacements and stuff. Lots of history stuff to look up. Really cool place to visit. Unfortunately, you can't explore all of it. A lot of it is fenced off, probably because they don't want to have people come in and ruin stuff even more. But this is a really cool place. If you're ever a texture artist and you want some textures for your game, or just want some inspiration, just go find like a fucking go to an old military base. Go to like a historic military setup and just take a bunch of pictures of ruined bricks and shit. Like, look at this obsolete weaponry. Look at this fucking bird nest in here. A bird lived here at one point. A bird lived inside these RMLs. And this is the view from George's Island itself at Halifax. I believe... I don't think you can go in this house. This one you can go in, though. Yeah, guns into birdhouses, exactly. So this is one of the, like, internal structures that you can actually go inside and visit. Again, if you're ever doing, like, a... like, apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic type game... This is heaven for texture artists. So many nice textures here, so many ruined buildings and stuff. Like lots of cool looking tunnels and stuff. We'll get there eventually. Snails. Also, there were snails. Lots of snails. It is a very damp place, so as you might imagine, there are a lot of snails. No toilet skeleton, sadly. We didn't get to see a toilet skeleton. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, there were lots of snails. Snails and spiders. Also a lot of bumblebees that were kind of just... I would imagine they got over on a ship at some point and then just kind of made a colony on the island. There were plenty of bumblebees going around picking up the pollen. A lot of bumblebees in general around Halifax, honestly. Halifax and Dartmouth. This is where they would... This room here specifically, not the doorway. The room that I'm in is where they would, store the ammunition. And it was so sensitive to sparks that you couldn't even wear metal shoes. Because, like, if you dragged your metal shoe across the ground just the right way, you could create a spark and then ignite all the ammunition, and that would be bad. So you couldn't wear metal shoes in here at the time. Like, obviously now it's safe, they don't keep ammunition anymore. But this little ventilation tunnel here is the only way that you would get light normally. They installed lights now, but yeah, this is the only way you get light back in the time when it was used. Here's one of the many murder tunnels. Unfortunately, this one's blurry. I was moving while taking this one. A lot of vertical shots because it just doesn't really work for wide shots. Meet me at Silent Hill Tunnel in the next 15 minutes if you want to find your dead wife. But yeah, like, look at the textures. Look how glossy it all is. The thing is, these are all underground, so, like, it's all like mineralized water coming down here. Like a lot of it just kind of cakes up and forms into minerals. A lot of times it'll just drip down in your head. And depending on the mineral content of the water, it can actually stain your clothing. Yeah, lots of primo mineral water. This is the freshest stuff. If you want to drink, just take a fucking sip, babes. This is the place to do it. These are gun emplacements. This is basically your sight line for shooting at people outside. This tiny little thing. War sucks, as it turns out. There's a reason I called them the murder tunnels, because this is where the killing would take place. Or at least, this is where you would be shooting people from the inside. Like, look at the staircase. Look how... Nova Scotian chocolate. You would not be 360ing anything, because this place was cramped. You could maybe squeeze 2 people in a tunnel if they were, like, back to back. But if you had a full rifle, you would not be spinning. But yeah, really cool place. They gave us, like, a whole rundown on all the history of everything. About how, like, you know, these were they set up the guns and shoot at people on the outside. Eventually we're going to get to, like, the cannons and where they set them up to shoot at, like, basically boats approaching the harbor. Silent Hill-ass door. Both my trips recently, I've gotten some nice shots of, like, Silent Hill doors. Very happy about it. This is the ditch, I believe. This is inside the ditch. Because, yeah, this is in between some of the tunnels, so, like, there's the long walls to prevent you from just, you know, walking up. And here's the tour guide explaining, like, the history of the big cannons and how they would load them. Basically, the room that we're in now, it's actually a... like, they would have to load the cannon, aim it, and then leave the room to fire it, because if you fired the cannon while you were in the room, you would lose your hearing. You would just go deaf. So they had to aim the cannon, get, like, a really long rope and actually pull the spark, the charge for the gunpowder to actually fire it, basically. So, again, a lot of obsolete weaponry going around here, but if you're into that kind of stuff, this is a great place to come visit. Just learn about the history of really shitty cannons. And yeah, they're down the distance. You can see more of them because they had a couple of them set up. Here's a pump. We tried to get some shots in there, but unfortunately you can't really see super well down the grate. Like, we had a light going on. Ray took a couple of pictures, but they're not, like, super easy to see. A lot of fun tunnels, though. If you're into, like, not abandoned, but, like, definitely disused tunnels, this is the place to go. Go to George's Island. Not 1812. I think they were probably used more recently. This was... what was I think this is where they loaded ammunition and kind of brought it down to the tunnels below. And here's the... I don't think this is actually like a modern transmission tower. This isn't for like keeping stuff around. Not preservation. Yeah, many bees on these. You can probably see a couple bees in this photo. Many bees on these purple guys, though. Here's the view from... I jumped on top of a little fence kind of to take a picture of this. Really nice views all around. We actually... there's some bees. A lot of bumblebees. I think there's 2. Probably... yeah, there's a 3rd one up here. 3rd bee. And then I think there's probably more somewhere in the background, but... I apologize if you don't like bees, because there will be a lot of them. This is, I'm assuming, a door that was used at some point. But you need the DLC to access it now. So these are the surface cannons. This is where I would assume they mounted them before, and you can see here the little, like, curves where they would actually swivel them around and aim them. But I don't think they exist anymore, so they're gone. Fuck them. Again, another little Narnia door that you're not allowed to go into. I don't know what kind of flowers the little yellow guys were. Hello? Why can't I go back? There we go. I'm not sure what these are. Not really much of a botanist, so if anybody can identify these, your guess is better than mine. Another shot from the top of the fence. Yeah, I kind of wish you could go around more on the island itself. But most of it, like most of the outer non-emplacement area is just kind of fenced off. There's no paths or anything. I think this is where we jumped in to hide from the rain that just came out of nowhere for like 20 seconds. Yeah, most of it is the tunnel stuff. We didn't go through like absolutely everything. We saw most of it. But we started getting rained on, so we eventually moved out, hid in here for a bit. Got to take a picture of the lighthouse. Tradition. Is this the Harbor Hopper? No. No, I think that's just a little private boat. This is the side house I was looking at earlier. The door here, it's kind of fucked up, and we couldn't close it after we opened it. Nothing really going on in here, just clearly disused house. Nothing on display or anything like that. It was just the building, I guess, that was just made safe to walk in. Here's the world's first jewel pod. It was invented here on George's Island. A little big, but you got it working. I think there's actually somebody behind it, and I kind of framed it perfectly so they weren't like you couldn't see their legs or anything like that. Pirate ship, pirate ship, pirate ship, pirate ship. This is another tour boat. This is a tall boat. I want to say I saw an ad for it. I don't recall the name of it, though. But yeah, they had little, kind of more traditional themed boats for tours as well. They also have deep sea fishing trips that you can take, but you literally need to form a party. Like, you need to get at least, I think it's 9 people per trip minimum. Tall ship Silva. Okay. Because we were looking at that, it's like, oh, that sounds pretty cool, deep sea fishing. But 9 maximum, 3. Okay, so 3 minimum. The thing is, you still have to pay for it, so like, it's not cheap. You definitely want to get a full squad if you can to make it a little cheaper. Could be a fun idea if we end up going again. But it's basically the fishing raid, right? It's basically the FF14 fishing, like the deep sea fishing boats. The more people you have, the better you do. Little guy with a hat. This is the foil version. This is the SSR. The summer variant. This one was like chrome paint. I don't know if it's the same person every time. I like to imagine it's a collective of artists, but I also like the idea that it's just like, it's like Banksy, except he just really wants to draw this one thing. Just this one bird with a hat. Yeah, this is a piece of Halifax culture right here. The authentic local experience. It's not going to the restaurants or anything like that. It's seeing the little guy with the hat as many times as you can. So this is... We were originally planning on going to... I think we were just going to go to Truly Tasty again. Because we were with Ray that day. We wanted to go, kind of introduce her to it. Turns out they close, like, they have weird hours. They close, like, 2 hours in the afternoon. which is exactly when we arrived, and we didn't really want to sit around and wait for like 40 minutes to you know, get some lunch. So we instead went to I think this place was called Noodles Nami, something like that. I got the beef pho. This was incredible. This was delicious as hell. So it's got all the beef pieces. Then it's got kind of like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like a almost beef sausage, sort of, but like it's kind of like in between meatball and sausage, but it's really nice. And then you can see here in the background they had like chili peppers, they had lime, they have like I want to say they have like a garlic sauce, and then I don't remember. I think it was like they had some green onions as well. Or no, the green onions are in there. I don't remember what the other one was. But yeah, this was really nice. This broth was also really, really good. A little spicier than the Truly Tasty, as you might imagine, because I put in the chili flakes and or the chili peppers and everything. Not like, you know, not too spicy, but absolutely delicious. Had a good time with this one. And I'm glad that we fucked up and couldn't go to Truly Tasty, because then we never would have gotten this. We also wanted to go grab, like we wanted to try, there was this chicken place as well, but they were also closed. They were renovating, so like, we had some bad luck that day. But it all worked out in the end. Yeah, it wasn't super spicy. It was noticeable. Like, it had a bit of a kick, but it wasn't like, you know, oh, I can't eat this anymore, I'm dying Squirtle. Yeah, they should switch out the Halifax Kingfisher. It's a little guy with a hat time. Enter the modern era. But yeah, this was delicious. I can personally vouch for both Noodle Nami and Truly Tasty, if you're in Halifax. As we were walking back to the car, we saw these little flowers. I don't remember the names, but I do remember that the color of the flowers, it's either blue or pink, based on the pH levels of the soil. If it is too acidic, it is one color, and if it is too base, it is the other color. Which is pretty neat, because sometimes you get mixes like on this one. You get a little bit of blue and you get a little bit of pink. Also, these are the back sides of the flowers. Notice how they kind of turn away from the plant? Non-orb hydrangeas. Are they actually called pathetic? Damn, that rules. Yeah, lots of little nice things to see around Halifax that you don't necessarily have to, like, you know, pay money for. Just go around and look. Are they not called pathetic? Damn, I was kind of hoping they would be. Coal Harbor Meltdown! Coal Harbor Meltdown! I was running to go pick up some things to make some food, and apparently at some point somebody just threw an entire fucking watermelon out the window of a car. Derogatory names for birds. Okay. Again, I'm not like an ornithologist or anything like that, so I have no idea how true that is, but I'm gonna assume it is, because it's funnier that way. Why does Canadian Tire sell things other than tires? I don't know. Why does Food Lion not sell lions? They call it Walmart, but they don't sell walls. Yeah, somebody just hucked an entire fucking watermelon. Was gone the next day. Mostly gone the next day, I should say. This is on the Dartmouth ferry terminal again. Another shot of, there's the big ivy wall that we saw earlier. And this fucking intersection, which I wanted to take a picture of, the little love sign here, except the fact that it was... Everybody was passing by, like, in the intersection just long enough to fuck up my photos. We were sitting here for like a full minute waiting for a gap. I don't like it. Oh, medium watermelons are the best because, like, they get tenderized, like, you get all the good stuff off the road, like, you get all the nutrients and minerals. It's, you can't get it anywhere else. Yeah, I probably have a couple of these photos. Oh, no, it's just... Oh, right, I deleted the rest of them. There you go. Action shot, earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. Back on the ferry again. Back into Halifax. There's the Harbor Hopper. This might have been the one that got stuck, actually. Because I think this was roughly around the same time. This was the 15th, so I think that's roughly when we read about it happening. I think it was that weekend it might have been. We didn't actually see the harbor hopper itself get stuck, but we did read about it later. This is the most confusing thing I've seen because, like, okay, you know, west side of Canada, blah blah blah. First European settlers in Nova Scotia. And then there's this part that just says Portuguese names, and then Canada, Labrador, Montreal, Bay of Fundy. Why does it just say Portuguese names? I don't know. I do not know why it just said Portuguese names there, and there are no actual, like, Portuguese names. It just says the words Portuguese names. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be like a happy birthday Aiden but make it fancy situation where they wrote that entire thing on the cake. I don't know. Portuguese names. I think this is where, this is where we get to see Donald Duck smoking a blunt. Sorry, Donald Duck smoking a blunt, crushing and sweeping up a bunch of German U-boats. As was the style at the time, just like draw whatever cartoon icon killing Nazis. And then here's a giant arm just throwing out a bunch of German U-boats, which I originally thought these were like knives. A big arm just holding a bag of knives, but yeah. This is on the actual Naval Museum that we saw earlier. And naturally I had to take a very clear picture of Donald Duck smoking a blunt and crushing a U-boat. So you could go around most of the boats. Some of it was locked off, obviously, but a lot of, again, very obsolete technology here. You could go inside, like, the anti-air gun in casings, housings, I guess. Kind of see what was going on there, which was neat. Here's some of the actual missiles themselves, warheads, whatever these are called. Yeah, I went to Halifax for... Well, I went to Nova Scotia. Not specifically Halifax. I wasn't staying in the city. Here's the thrust knob. Lever, whatever you want to call it. And inside they had a bunch of, like, windowed off sections with, like, a bunch of the old equipment and stuff. Did I find NECA work while I was there? I didn't just find NECA work. So these little things up here, these horns, they're not horns, they're just like talkie tubes that you can yell into and somebody on the deck or whatever will hear you. I may have yelled some things into there. I may have invoked Sex Takashi a little bit. Sex. Sex. Maybe embarrassed Tiff a little bit. Yeah, they have a bunch of like all the old naval logs and everything. About to dome these poor bastards right outside the information center. Right in the line of fire. I'm sorry, but I'm on vacation. Yeah, intercom pipes obviously do not happen much anymore. Because we mastered wireless communication. Nothing personnel. Actually, anti-personnel. Anti-personnel, kid. Sadly, this shot is super washed out because it's right behind a piece of glass that you can't really get a good angle on without a bunch of glare. This is the view from the top of the boat. Got a nice view of the harborfront area. Again, this stuff is all mostly like tourist stuff, so like, you know, the fucking beaver tails. They have like a smokes poutineery back here somewhere. Again, stuff that if you are, you know, a tourist and you have no idea what else to do in the city, this is probably what you'll end up doing, but there's a lot of cool stuff in Halifax. Move away from the harborfront, you'll find some cool stuff. 3-minute walk from it, nice. That's a good place. That's a good place to live then. Enjoy your walks. And yeah, down here is you can barely see the little melting lights over there. Halifax is a really nice place to walk. Unfortunately, it is also very, very hilly. So, like, you're going to get some high-intensity heart minutes if you don't do a ton of walking. This is the talking horn with a penis inside of it. I don't know if this is actually, like, a penis that somebody drew, or it just kind of rusted that way. But it looks like a Dwingus. It's a Pimbo. Sex. Sex. So these, I think this is supposed to be a periscope, but the little, like, housing for it looks like a lemon. I don't know, I just found it very funny. Yeah, poutineery. It's where you go to get a poutine. I don't know why I took 2 pictures of this in stereo. Sadly, these were not open. Otherwise, I absolutely would have yelled things inside there, too. They sealed these off because... Okay. So, as you might imagine, being a military ship, there are a lot of little hatches and crawl spaces and vents and whatnot, and children absolutely have tried to kill themselves in them before. The reason I say this is because we were talking with one of the guides there. We were asking her, like, she was standing by this kind of locked hatch, and we were kind of curious. We were like, how come that's locked off? Did too many people try to go inside? And she's like, oh yeah, kids kept trying to climb down and getting hurt on the ladder, so they locked it off. And as she was explaining that to us, this kid comes up because he just saw the hatch being closed. Like, she opened it up for us to look inside. It was basically just like a ladder that led down. It wasn't like anything super important down there. And as she's explaining that, she starts closing it up. Some kid comes up, and the kid's like, wait, what's down there? She just turns and goes, none of your business. Because she does not want to explain why she cannot open the child-destroying hole again. Not since the incident. But yeah, children just inherently have the death drive magnified by like 100 times. So they have to be very careful. Like, they tell you any kind of ladder or whatever that you're allowed on, make sure you face the ladder, because this is a military ship. This was not designed for, like, tourist attractions. This is, like, very narrow ladders. You will smash your head if you're not careful. But some things they just cannot allow anybody to go on because they would kill themselves on. For example, this up here, guaranteed somebody would try to recreate the shot from the Titanic, fall from the deck, probably die. Okay, so this is the military boat that I need to see if I can figure out a way to get the video to play. Because there is this boat here was playing in the Navy. It was blasting it over the speakers. And I took a couple of videos of it, but I'm not sure if I can get them to capture it properly. Might have to use like Windows Media Player or some shit. We'll try and get to that eventually. Yeah, this is below deck. It's a sauna, by the way, as you might imagine. Again, it's a military ship. It's not air-conditioned. It wasn't designed for a tourist attraction, so very, very hot inside, especially on a hot day. Would not recommend going in here if you sweat like a lot. So they have like little replicas of the bunks and stuff. Keep the dishes in here so they don't fucking fly everywhere when they're actually moving. Hammocks, not allowed to sleep in those. Some very real people. Look, it's a real person working on the ship right now. Yeah, this is the engine room. Just having to think, man. Man? There was something running inside the ship, like something was running. I don't think it was the actual engines. Probably like generators for power, that'd be my guess. This is the actual information, the Sackville. Flower class Corvette. Hasn't really done a ton. Credited at the time. Yeah, it blew up a submarine, scared another submarine, and then shot another submarine, and that's pretty much it. That's the entire action history of the ship. That's it. We shot 3 submarines and called 911. The end. You know, KP, thank you for the $5.
Like
it was a very fun trip. It was very fun. I had a really good time. Halifax is a really cool place. Nova Scotia is a really cool place. Maritimes, good place, good people. Yeah, I guess most of it was like research and just laying cables and stuff. That's not as exciting as blowing up U-boats, killing the Germans. Yeah, no problem. Have a good one, Grimlocker. Take it easy. Engineering notes. 5. Oh, you're counting the little guys? This is... I don't remember. I think this was just like a little thing you could climb into. Just more innards of the ship, if you're into that. The captain exploded here. All that's left was his hat. Very cramped quarters in general. This, like, little doctor's office is probably about the size of, I don't know, like, maybe a queen-size bed and change. Very small. They had a lot of these dummies, and I actually got scared by one of the tour, like, not tour guide, but, like, one of the guides there. Because they were standing there completely motionless, and I thought they were a, they were a mannequin at first. Then they turned their head and looked at me like, ah. No explosives in these ones. I took this picture because I love, like, the old-style washroom, but then the modern-day hand sanitizer up here. Like, they definitely just use these, probably. And, like, the modern soap dispensers and everything. I wonder if these were, like, usable and open to the public at some point, and then they just realized, oh god, having people take dumps on the ship is such a pain in the ass. Let's just stop that. This is their Patreon. This is where they list all their donors, and they actually do have, like, the frigate class, the big destroyers, the cruiser level, squadron master. Yeah, Patreon has existed forever. It's just been adapted. Here's the kitchen, which I think they actually used. I think they actually did make food in here at some point. You did it on purpose? Okay. So it wasn't just me. There's a very crispy ceiling. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not sure if this was just like a hasty ceiling job that they just put in a bunch of ceiling material, ceiling foam or whatever. Very crispy. Kind of want to take a bite, but not really. Speaking of crispy, you want to eat some really old snacks? We got the Nelson's Virginia and macaroon. We got malted milk. We got mint patties. Sweet Marie's. Eat more. Players Navy Cut. It's probably like tobacco. Invincibles. Yeah, cigars, probably tobacco. And then here's the cargo ship, which was even bigger than the military ship. There's a little tugboat beside it for scale. It's fucking ginormous. There's another sailboat in the foreground. This one's actually not the best sense of scale, just because it is closer, so it looks bigger than it should be. Yeah, big fucking boat. Little guy with a hat. This was on the activities walkway. I don't know if this one... I don't think this is chalk. Yeah, reminder that each of these is an entire shipping container. Each one of these little rectangles. So, like, some people have converted these to live in. Just to give us a sense of scale for this fucking massive boat. Yeah, another little guy with a hat. My finger got in the way. Sorry, I'm bad at taking picture. The important thing is at least there. The important data. Nightmare. Put on a happy face. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Just imagine you wake up in the middle of the night, you see this fucking coconut ball grinning at you. Not really a big fan of coconut, like sprinkled coconut on things in general. I think there are better things to put on things. My favorites, bean dispenser. For when you want to dispense a bean. This is the place to do it. I think this is just like a Jelly Belly machine, like a gumball machine almost, but for jelly beans. I just found the phrasing on bean dispenser very funny. Yeah, you can tell this is an import because it doesn't have a U in favorites. So I'm legally not allowed to purchase this. Wait, they have a couple things in Canada that kind of like carry over. Also, you gotta remember, this is Nova Scotia. The name literally just means New Scotland. I didn't really get a great shot, but this moose is probably stoned. It's got like bloodshot eyes. And a bit of a pompadour situation going on. Probably should have taken it from the side, but we were walking. I didn't want to stop. Yeah, that was like the candy shop we were in here. This was right by the waterfront, so like pretty touristy, probably imported. So this is when we were the day was starting to wind down. We were getting real hot, real thirsty. We didn't had too much to drink. This is... What is this? This is banana and blue raspberry swirl ice cream, I think? And the picture they had... It almost kind of made it look like almost like matcha balls, kind of like on the outside, but they just put like tricks. And then they stuck in a Pocky in there for good measure. This is actually taiyaki. This cone here. It's not just like an ice cream cone, this is actually a taiyaki. So the idea is that you start working on the cone for a bit, and then you have the taiyaki itself. And I got like a matcha green tea filling at the bottom. Yeah, I got matcha. What did you get again? You got the banana flavor. I don't think you got the blue raspberry swirl, if I remember correctly. But we both got the same thing. This was delicious. You got Nutella. Banana and choco, yeah. Thankfully, manageable, not like one of those ice cream things that it's a nightmare to eat. Yeah, there was a lot of good ice cream in Nova Scotia that I had. Then we went to a place called, I think this was the Deck Box in Halifax. We were walking around and we looked in the back room. They have a couple of tables set up for, playing tabletop stuff. Somebody was just going to fucking town on the peanut butter and crackers. Actually, yeah, somebody was going to town on the tartinables. On the tartinable. They just slam down that peanut butter, making some Sammies. And, like, these are pre-made, too. These are pre-made. Like, somebody was preparing for later. It's not just like, oh, we got the peanut butter and we got the crackers out. No, we're making some sandwiches. We're gonna need these. And yeah, this is like a primarily like Magic card trading store. Or selling store, I should say. But they have a bunch of other things, like they sell a couple of used games and stuff. Miniatures, that kind of thing. Not really into like the whole card game and miniature thing, but it was cool seeing the kind of stuff they had. And like half of their store space is related to it's all like this setup with like a table, you get a monitor. It's all just like table setups, which is really cool. Yeah, somebody's planning like a really long draft or something. But yeah, really cool place. I believe Tiff got Trauma Center 2 because they had that for pretty cheap there. I didn't pick up anything because I didn't really see anything that I wanted. I know better than to get into like trading card games and like tabletop miniatures. That shit is expensive. Also, they had a custom decaled Switch dock there with Kirby. Oh hell yeah, eating people, hugging up yo best friend. It's weird that they would put that sticker saying hugging and best friend on the front, but I guess you can just imagine what it's saying behind the sticker. But yeah, they had like a bunch of old consoles and stuff. We actually saw this on Twitter before we went to visit Deckbox. I wonder why they sold it. I wonder why you would want to sell the Kirby cussing Switch dock. Another little guy with a hat. What are we up to now? 4? Might have to do a final count after this. Like this one, I'm not sure if this is the same person because it almost feels... It feels like it's a little different. I don't think the little guy with the hat has a name. Yeah, this one could be a copycat. I'm still taking a picture regardless because all little guys in hats are valid. But yeah, this might not be the original artist. Skeleton. This is what happens if you don't take Maritime's resistance when you enter Halifax. You become a skeleton. There's a chiropractic clinic in the mall that we went. Well, we went to the mall to try and find some like water because they didn't have water fountains. We had to go use the washrooms, and we were just walking through. There's a skeleton. I was like, fuck it, I'll take a picture of a skeleton. Why not? And then, viewers, then we went to the cat cafe. This was we were planning on doing this for a bit. And we managed to squeeze in enough time because you have to schedule it ahead of time. You can't just like jump in and like schedule an appointment. So we had to get it all set up and get ourselves all booked and everything. And thankfully we got the entire place to ourselves. So nobody else was coming in and ruining the vibes. Which was also nice because we didn't really have to mask up since it was just us. There was something like, I feel like there were like 9 or 10 cats total. These guys were hanging out by the doors. Anytime you open the door, they're like, oh, you open up the door? You maybe let me out and go do some problems outside? So, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Yeah, this guy was mostly just hanging out on the shelf by the door. Was this Sparrow? I couldn't remember half the names because they didn't have, like, pictures attached to them. They were just like, oh, this is, what was the one? It was, like, Pressure, I think was the name. And they just had, like, descriptions of them, but they didn't actually have pictures. So we just had to guess on some of them. Yeah, this guy was hanging out by the door the entire time. Mostly just sitting on the toys. Having a nice relax. Was this Pixie? No. I think Pixie was smaller. I have a very good shot of Pixie. I'll know Pixie when I see her. This was Pixie? Maybe it's just the scale. It doesn't seem like that's Pixie. She is tiny, though. There are 3 cats in this picture. One hidden bonus cat inside the time tunnel. Honestly, they weren't super big on the toys in general. Like, a couple of them were playing with them, but in general, like, they weren't, like, going nuts for the toys or anything like that. Mostly just pretty chill, and it's all fun. I like how you can just tell exactly which ones have been used here. This is the play area. This is where claws get scratched. There we go. Better shot of Kitty inside the time tunnel. Maxing, relaxing. Sorry for the vertical shots. Looking majestically at something. Ooh, got some eye boogers. Yeah, the door handle, they definitely have probably used a different one before. Mid-yawn. Bangs fully out. Just yawning. Not screaming. They were all really chill for the most part. There was the one that was kind of like territorial. Generally pretty chill, but if another cat came near him, he would kind of like bop them away. Big relaxing. Just big relaxing. There were a couple that were asleep. I think they all did eventually kind of rotate around and like come out, see what's going on, see like say hi and all that, and then go back to sleep. And yeah, most of these are up for adoption. A lot of these were already kind of like claimed for adoption. But yeah, you can adopt any of these, I believe, as long as they're not already claimed. Which is honestly like kind of a really neat way to do it. Like you get to hang out with some cats, and also if you're interested in adopting them, you can kind of like see how you mesh with them. Rather than just like, okay, here's a cat at a kennel, which I'm going to see for like 15 minutes. Plus, it's all like really nice and chill, relaxed. They give you some treats to give to them. Oh! Tranquility. Like, every now and then I kind of want a cat, but I feel like I've had enough pets. Like, if there was a local cat cafe, I would probably hang out there a little bit. Okay, this is definitely Pixie, I can tell, because this was her tower. Like, she was always hanging out top of the tower. Eating her little dish. Guy was chilling with the banana. Yeah, cats are like... They're pretty self-reliant, but you do need to give them some attention. So if you have a job or whatever that requires you to leave a lot, then yeah, it can be pretty difficult. I think this was pressure. This guy, you could tell, like, he was a little, probably not in the best condition before he got there. Like, he was kind of emaciated. He had issues eating food. Like, he did not like to eat food. I think he was probably competing with other cats for food. So, like, just did not like to eat in the presence of other cats. But yeah, he was pretty affectionate. He liked to snuggle a lot. Very good boy. Bap. Eventually, this guy got into playing with a couple toys. Chomp, 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 chomp. I'm going for the stick instead of the little yarn balls, an inspired move. Ultimate relaxation. Not a damn care in the world. No phones. Just guys being dudes. This is like, you know when a cat rolls over and they're like trying to see something, they just kind of like whip? This is right before that happened. They had a couple of sleepy cats too. Didn't really bother them, they just kind of took a picture and moved on. You're explicitly told, please do not wake up sleeping cats. They're sleeping for a reason. They approach you, that's fine. But please, don't mess with them to try to wake them up. They're tired. See, this is Pixie in maximum gremlin mode. Just like going half down the tower. Just kind of glaring at me. Very good shots, Pixie. Ultimate gremlin. And here's the doorman, I guess. Just hanging out on top of all the toys, not a care in the world. Big chillin'. This guy got into playing with the toys a little bit too. We wanted to see them cross the bridge so badly, but I don't think they ever did. At least if they did, we didn't see it. Pathetic. What do you mean you forgot the chicken nuggets? Pathetic, I bore of you. You dare address me? You don't have the right to meet my gaze. I mean, I think at the height that this bridge is, I think I have like a shot with the bridge in the background, maybe. Yeah, like it's not super high off the ground, so like even if they do fall, it'd be extremely whatever for a cat. As long as it's not like a really, really young or a really old cat, they'd be fine. Totally fine with that. But chances are if you have an old cat, you probably don't have a bridge for them to cross. Pathetic. I love this shot. So I tried to make the mega tunnel, but the problem is that the white one has, like, openings in the side. So I was kind of hoping I could get them to cross the entire thing, but they just kind of snuck in the bottom. Beans! Bonus beans. Snuck a bean photo. This guy just having a big sippy. I actually didn't realize this was here until right before we left. This little, like, water fountain. Majestic. Really good time at the cat cafe. Highly recommend. If you ever have a cat cafe nearby you, you should go visit. It's a fun time. Just, if you have allergies, make sure you take allergy meds beforehand. Because we had to do the full lint roller afterwards. I believe after this we played... was this the Stardew Valley day, or was that the day before? Because I think we were playing Stardew Valley one of these days. Yeah. I felt bad because I was taking a long time on my turns and Ray had to go. I'm sorry, Ray. I just get too much into board games. I like to think. I like to have big thinks. After that, we went to get some more all-you-can-eat sushi. I didn't take any pictures of that just because, you know, I already done it and I just wanted to eat the food. I was hungry. But I did like they have little iPads that you basically send in your orders on. And I just really enjoy the prompt that says send successed. Send successed. Okay. And I took this picture because I'm a child. They ordered 69 things. Alright, here's the complete final. We went to visit the gacha shop again. We grabbed some more rolls. So we got a second... Tiff got another one of the little... Tiff got one of the, like, blob Shibas, which I had gotten earlier, so we each got one there. And then I did another roll in the dog machine, and I got the orange Shiba in a box. So I managed to stack them all together. Kirby would not stack, though. Kirby was too much. Sadly, a little too much to stack. He's an orb. He doesn't really stack very well. Also did some interesting reading. Came up with an idea for a stream incentive where you read through this entire book, but like read it completely straight as though you're just doing a documentary. What is the Ahegao? The reasoning behind the Ahegao. Where was the Ahegao born? The Ahegao is an offspring of the Ikigao, the power difference the Ahegao created. Chapter 5. Get fucking David Attenborough to narrate this or something. I like the Kirby music, or not the Kirby, the Mario RPG music playing with this. Fire Emblem, the genealogy of Ago. So this was the last day, and we went to, I want to say Pleasant Street Diner. And we got too much food. We got too much food, I think. So they have this platter, which is the, I think this one was haddock tips and chips, which is basically like individually like breaded piece of haddock rather than like one continuous piece. It was delicious, first of all, but I was expecting it to be like mostly French fries with a little bit of fish. No. The fish are the star of the show here. You get so many haddock tips. You get, like... I would say you get less fries than haddock, honestly. Like, you get your money's worth. I think there were 6 people total, and only 2 people finished them all, including myself. But yeah, everybody else was bringing these back, because this was a lot of food. Yeah, the tartar sauce is all homemade, and that was very nice, too. Because I figured, you know, last full day in Nova Scotia, gotta take in some more of the local seafood. And, it was good. It was very good. So that night, we decided we're not gonna go out. Like, we were thinking about maybe going into Halifax and you know, spending the last night there, but we decided, you know what, we're just too fucking full. Also, it was raining like crazy. That's the one day where it actually took off. So we spent the rest of the afternoon mostly just making coasters. We made a lot of coasters. I posted on Twitter, just asked like, hey, what do you want to see on a coaster? And literally to my right in my bag, I have like 20 coasters just sitting there. So, hey, if you meet me at MagFest or some other event, maybe I'll have some coasters to give you. Who knows? Because I have a lot of these. This is a very good choice. The Richter and Dracula combo coasters. I also like how you can barely see like the stone gem in the background, because we did a bunch of the Guilty Gear Venom Pool Ball Supers as coasters. Those work really well. Took a while to like perfect the settings though. Yeah, this is after we got it correctly. Also featured one of the million Neko arcs we did. This is actually when we started perfecting the technique. This is actually when it wasn't like smudged anymore. But yeah, we got this really nice one, this Neko arc pattern. Do you still have that giveaway running, Tiff? Is that still going, or did that end? So I was gonna say, if it's still going, you can actually go into it last night. Okay. So I was gonna say she was running a giveaway where you can actually win one for yourself, but that's over now, so it's too late. Also featured the Gemeralds and whatnot from the Fire Emblem board game. God, what was this called again? The fuck Meeple. These little tokens are apparently called Meeples. I don't know if that's like a general board game thing or just something that they called them in the Fire Emblem game, but apparently these little things to denote your character, like where your unit is called a Meeple. Sounds fake as hell. Yeah, there's the full set of the Guilty Gear Venom balls. We did a lot of like summoning pentagrams and circles and stuff. It is a general board game thing? Okay. Also, yeah, even more Gemeralds in the background there. Yeah, I'll have lots of coasters to give away. Definitely, I think next time I hang out with Ty is definitely grabbing the Soul coaster, because, I mean, come on. And then if I hang out with Mini-Matt again, he's gonna get the Elfelt coaster. If I ever get to hang out with Tina Hacks, A, it'll be a very blessed day, B, I'll give her the May coaster. And then Jam... I know Dubs played Jam in Plus R. Maybe if we ever end up hanging out and get a Jam. And I keep Kai, because Kai Gaming. I think this is just the crop that I took for Twitter. Oh, right, Rev 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Spaghetti. Spaghetti and meatballs. Better be some damn fucking good spaghetti for $42. Yeah, we fucked up a lot of the jams. They got, like, kind of a green-yellow tone to the skin that didn't work super well. You can actually see, like, this is, I think, one of the failed attempts we did. Maybe? I think that was a failed attempt at the jam. Like, she kind of turned blue-green. So, took a while to perfect it, but we got there. Also, the fucking Heimlich pogging in the background. I think Taloran suggested that one. It was very funny to just see that out of nowhere, just pop out. Some very good spaghetti and meatballs. And then this is actually the last picture I took in Nova Scotia. We went to the grocery store to pick up some stuff. I think, was that the night we were doing the curry? Oh right, we were getting the grape nuts ice cream. Right. We were looking for grape nuts ice cream, and apparently somebody just fucking threw a bag of chips into the freezer. But yeah, this is a very Canadian picture because I'm pretty sure these are all dressed chips. Actually, that might be barbecue. Okay, no, that is barbecue flavor. I was gonna say that if that's all dressed chips, yeah, that could not be more Canadian. Unfortunate. And then Morb again. That's it. Let me see if I can get the video of the boat working. I'm also going to stop the playlist because you're going to want to hear the sound. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for playing like a really poor quality version of In the Navy, but if I do, so be it. I wonder if I try to play this with like Windows Media Player or something, maybe it'll be better. Winamp? God, would this work in Winamp? I'm going to try. I'm going to try opening this in Winamp and seeing if it works. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. First off, I still have the Austin Power skin installed from the last time that I used Winamp, which was like years ago. Also, this video is comically large. I don't know why it's that big. Oh god, how do I shrink this thing? Half size, please. Let me see if I can window capture Winamp. I don't think it's gonna go. You can capture that, though. Yeah, baby. Austin Powers, very shagadelic, yeah. Might just have to do monitor capture. Yeah, we'll do this, what is this resolution that I have? It's so fucked up. Yeah, maybe I'll just do VLC and play it that way then. Do monitor capture. Okay, display capture. Okay, this should work at least. Trim my taskbar off. Problem is my main monitor is 1900. It's like 1980 by 1200 or something, some weird resolution. It's like 16 by 10. So it's not quite perfect, but it'll do. All right, let's see if this works. They were not dancing. So we were on the we were on the military museum ship while we were watching this. So the dudes beside us, like, they were, I guess they were, like, they worked for it. So they were blowing, like, the whistle and everything. Sadly, I think my phone doesn't capture audio super well, so it's, like, cutting in and out. Yeah, hopefully this poor quality version of the Village People should not get me DMCA'd, but if it does, fuck it. I go with God. The seagull trying to catch up. Yeah, I need a better phone so I can take better pictures and stuff. Oh well. But yeah, that's Nova Scotia. It's a really good time. If you're ever around there, if you're ever planning on making a trip, Halifax is really cool. The area around Halifax is really cool. Go check it out. Go check out the fucking Maritimes. It's good. But with that is going to be the end of my vacation slides. You are now free to do whatever you like. Oh, I could let me save the cubes real quick. Add them to my Halifax folder. One sec. Sorry, we're getting cubes. One sec. Why are you picking... Discord is choosing my documents folder for where I want to save these to. No, I don't want to save them there. Do not. Give me one sec, folks. Hold on. Bonus content. I gotta sort this by date modified, though. Actually, when were these taken? This was... August 8th. Might actually just be in the folder here. Sorry. So the cube should be somewhere around here. Maybe later in the day. I wonder if I have to reopen Windows Photos or something. Yeah, let me try reopening Windows Photo Viewer. Alright, it's gonna flash a little bit. It should be this day. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there were these cubes. Just random wooden cubes sitting around. I don't know if somebody got really mad and threw some cubes. Just cubes. It's just fucking cubes. They were gone the next day. Nobody knows what happened to the cubes. I should have taken a cube. Come home in my backpack with like 20 coasters of Neko Arc and a large wooden cube in my backpack. Refuse to elaborate. Ain't no way that's from history. Yeah, ain't no way these cubes are from history either. We like Minecraft. Anyways, now that y'all have seen the cubes, you are officially free. Hope y'all enjoyed my vacation slideshow. Really cool place. I want to go back. I want to go get more moon mist. It was a cool vacation. Thank you for having me. I should be back tomorrow. Either afternoon or evening, I'm not entirely sure yet. I still gotta work on getting like game plan set back up. Because unfortunately, since I didn't stream for 2 weeks, it means that a lot of the games I applied for got rejected due to, oh, they think I don't stream anymore. Like, no, I went on vacation. People do that sometimes. Shouldn't be a big deal, though. Worst case scenario, I just fucking play Aria or something. I don't know. Who's live right now? Let's see if anybody is playing a video game or streaming a video game. Damn. Nobody I follow is online right now. Well, I guess AutoHost will handle it then. Yeah, I guess it's just you're on your own for like I think Ty goes live in like 15 minutes, so if you're wanting content, just wait 15 minutes, go to his channel. He'll be playing something. But yeah, hope you all had a good one. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I could have Skittles too, but I could become the Skittles VTuber. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll try and play a game at that point, but we shall see. Anyways, have a good one, folks. Have a good night, etc., etc. Take it easy. Go have some moon mist. It's fucking good. Peace.